Tom Wilding, I'm a personal member. It seems to me that over the last few years, advocacy has been sort of a constant theme in presidential years and in the organization's priorities. And yet, I think a frightening number of people still think that libraries are irrelevant or losing their relevancy because everything's available digitally and on the internet and all that sort of stuff. I teach in a library school. Our new classes frequently tell me that people say, "You're going to what? You need a master's degree to do that?" It seems to me that with all the energy and resources we've put into advocacy and getting our message out, that it still hasn't reached an awful lot of people. Neither of you really spoke to advocacy as one of the focus points, and I'm not saying that you're saying that it's not important. I know you think it's important. But how can we, using your themes, build on this advocacy efforts that we've made to make a difference so that people understand the central role that libraries can play in a democracy?
I think that libraries are a central role in our democracy, and it makes our libraries make us a civilized society. How we manifest that in each of our different types of libraries is different and unique. How can we do that differently than we're doing that now in our advocacy role? I think that we are at a crossroads of that. I think that we have seen in our media that it is, we're seeing as being marginalized. And I think that we have to see that we have to look at ourselves in a different way. And we need to identify ourselves in a different way with our communities. Maybe we're not the same we can't be the same that we used to be. We have to go to our communities and say, what do you want us to be? Which is what I'm talking about when I say the libraries that have been successful in their communities need to be our new role models. And we have to identify who they are, and then we have to see that we can use those as role models in the future. And those can be some of the ways we can use those as advocacy pieces for us in the future.
I think we need to do a couple of things. The first is to really look at what has worked and what are the strengths of what we've done in the past and what we're currently doing. I think the second thing we need to do is to think carefully and maybe rethink the language that we're using. Rather than seeing this as an effort at advocacy, I think we might instead recognize that what we really want to do is educate our stakeholders and the people who fund us to really understand the value of the work that we're doing. And there's good work underway in the association directed at that, and I would cite for you ACRL's recent work to identify the value of academic libraries. I think we should learn from each other in this. There are different advocacy tools for different types of libraries, and this new one for the association is also going to be a useful tool for us. But I would suggest that each and every one of us has to stop and think about what is it that the community that we are a part of needs and is doing? How is it that we can move to a leadership role and do that with confidence, where we develop the skills to not just lead, but to educate people about the importance of what we're doing. And the more we can engage in this work, where we're identifying advocates from other professions and other sectors and in our communities to do this work with us and on our behalf, the more effective it will be. I thought Roberta Stevens' initiative, of which I was delighted to be invited to be a part, our authors, our advocates, is the very good beginning of identifying a set of people who hold things in common with us, who can be effective advocates for what it is that we do. But our own self-confidence and our own ability to speak with authority and to go to tables where the key decisions are being made, where we assume that we deserve to be there and we have good things to contribute and we're ready to contribute those things, is, in my view, the real key to being successful in advocacy. Thank you.